Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Closer Look, the show dedicated to bringing you the facts. We ask the questions no one else will, and we get the answers that no one else can. I'm Arabina Apia. Thanks so much for joining us. I believe the children are our future. I couldn't have been more than 5 or 6 years old the first time I heard Whitney Houston belt out the iconic lyrics to The Greatest Love of All. And at the time, they were just beautifully sung lyrics. Now, I'm going to age myself a little here, but it's been more than 30 years since that song was released, and I can tell you that as a sometimes fully functioning adult, those words hit differently now. Since the dawn of humanity, young people have been at the forefront, shaping the future as we know it. They, and I say they because even though I can still consider myself to be a spring chicken, I know it will really be those that come after me that move the needle forward. They are optimists and challengers. For the most part, they are not burdened down by the biases, preconceptions, and bad habits of generations past. So when we ask the question, who will lead tomorrow? Take a look at the young man or the young woman in your ranks, because this world belongs to them, the youth. Young people have always been the leaders of change, driving culture and technology forward. What's different now from every other time in history is that today we are truly setting out as explorers with uncharted territory ahead of us. That's you, the youth of today. Now that said, October has been designated as National Youth Month. This year's theme, Youth Building a Bold Future. Now I'd say that's pretty appropriate because boldness is exactly what we need. We need a generation of leaders who are ready to embrace risk, to look beyond their comfort zones and pursue their dreams and ideas without fear. On October 26th, the Ministry of Youth will honor a new crop of bold, innovative young people at the annual Youth Awards. Later in the show, I will be joined in studio by Youth Officer Shanda Roberts, along with the Acting Director in the Division of Youth, Mrs. Sandina Neely, to take a closer look at this year's celebrations. Stay with us. The show starts on the other side of the break.
On September 29th, the Division of Youth at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture held a press conference outlining the upcoming National Youth Month activities. A part of the panel was the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, who said he's excited to celebrate our youth.
The youth is the greatest investment in the country. If you don't pay attention to them and celebrate them, then we have no future. So that's the number one thing, and definitely that is where our future lies. And so we have to let our youths know that we want to empower them, be there for them, and we need to let them know that when I get old, I need them to be there for me.
With so much planned, I had to find out what events the minister was looking forward to most.
I can't say I see a very hefty schedule that is very tight, and I'll be moving throughout the Family Islands and New Providence. So it depends on as my schedule allow. I'll be up and about, but definitely the Youth March, I welcome that back for sure. There's one or two various events in Grand Bahama and on Ilucha, I think, that I have to attend. But at the end of the day, we want to ensure the youths to let them know that this administration cares for them and see them as a bright future, and we want to invest in them as much as possible.
I also got a chance to speak with Head of the Division of Youth, Mr. Sandina Neely, to find out how the division is ensuring National Youth Month isn't Nassau-centric.
So every year we seek to liaise with our Family Island administrators in the islands, especially where we don't have coordinators. So for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, we have coordinators, activities coordinators in Grand Bahama, in Eleuthera, Andros, Long Island, and we've recently welcomed a new team member in Abaco. So we liaise with them for National Youth Month events, and for all of the remaining islands, we liaise with the Family Island administrators to ensure that they also make their young people feel a part of National Youth Month, because we do not want it to be Nassau-centric. Andros is having a march, so is Grand Bahama, and we are so excited. Grand Bahama's march is happening the same date as our march, October 23rd, and Andros is having their march on the 22nd. And there are other islands who will be having other events as well, fun days, sports days, Andros Got Talent, talent night in Eleuthera, and so there are no shortage of events for people to be able to join in for 2022 edition of National Youth Month.
I then spoke to Youth Officer L.A. Hasty, who told me about some changes to youth in Parliament.
This year at Youth Parliament, we're going to actually have 2 sittings. So we're going to have our usual Youth in Parliament that will be on October 28th in the House of Assembly. And this year, we have been invited by the President of the Senate to actually have a Youth Senate sitting. You're going to see the 2 branches of government at work. So you can definitely say the youth are taking over.
And when it comes to National Youth Month events, there's one weekend that will be sure to keep us active. The weekend of the 22nd and 23rd starts off with the annual Youth Scavenger Hunt. Youth Officer Kelly Brathwaite gives us further details.
Of course, it's going to be absolutely fabulous. We're going to have a bunch of teams, but it is capped this year, so first come, first serve.
So does that mean we need to register now?
Yes, you need to register now. All of the links are on our Facebook page, Division of Youth 242. So register, first come, first serve. And it's going to be at the National Art Gallery on the 22nd of October, and it starts at 9 a.m. So that means you guys need to be there by 8:30.
And for those in New Providence, the National Youth March is back. And here's where you'd want to be.
It's going to start at 2 p.m. on Clifford Park. We want you to register so you could be able to get there in time and be able to get all the relative information so you can be able to get all the treats and surprises that we have for you on the 23rd. You can find all the links on our Facebook page. Some people get it through email. You can come here and even at the ministry and get a form. We just want to make sure that you register in time to make sure that you can be on the march. We don't want nobody to miss out.
Reporting for A Closer Look, I'm Marcos Umbrister.
Stay tuned. A Closer Look continues after this.
It's National Youth Month 2022.
It's Youth Month 2022.
It's Youth Month 2022.
It's Youth Month 2022. It's Youth Month 2022.
It's National Youth Month 2022. We're bold and we outside.
We all have rough days. But it's okay not to feel okay.
It is no secret that millennials globally are shying away from government workforces and are more likely to work in the private sector. But for many, their passion to serve and give back interrupts those plans. Meet this week's Millennial in Government feature.
My name is Shonda Robbins. I'm a youth officer at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
When asked what her line of work entails, here's what she had to say.
So I'm a youth officer here at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture in the amazing Division of Youth. And really what that speaks to is youth development, youth advocacy, and running youth programs. I actually have the purview of running the Fresh Start program, the National Fresh Start program, which is one of the oldest programs here at the Division of Youth, and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. It's a youth employability program. Okay, so the long-term effect of the Fresh Start program is to make them employable. Of course, it is to obtain long-term employment, but along the way, ensuring that they can become the best version of themselves, ensuring that they can master an interview, ensuring that they can manage anger, ensuring that they can increase self-esteem, ensuring that they can understand that they're worth it, that they have the skills. You equip them with the skills necessary to actually just conquer life and any obstacle that life may throw.
Shonda doesn't just see her work as a job, but as a chance to truly develop all she comes in contact with.
As a youth advocate, my job is to influence, to mentor, to challenge, to instruct, to assist, to help, to listen, and really serve as an anchor for young people. Even though I'm young myself, I try to be who I needed when I was their age. And being in a position to mentor these young people and see them blossom. Some of them would have come in, shy, withdrawn, broken, and seeing them transform over the 16 weeks has been something that I'm very, very proud of, and it's very encouraging.
Ironically, Roberts has found herself right where she started, but in a different capacity. Here's where it all began.
During my bachelor's degree, or during my time pursuing my bachelor's degree, I became an intern at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture under Minister Daniel Johnson at the time. And I appreciate him because he saw fit that an intern would come in and actually be exposed to youth work. Being an intern, that opened up the door for me in youth development. It was a time when I was able to launch the first Job Ready program and actually get into the trenches and the throes of youth work. And I think that's when the door really opened.
But the work didn't end there.
Since then, I've worked with various organizations, including Junior Achievement Bahamas and the Youth Build Bahamas that was funded by the IDB. So I've been in youth development for the past, I would say, 5-6 years. Sometimes it's very draining work, but I find that, again, passion drives you. You just have to find yourself in a place where you center yourself and you have a list of priority needs. And for National Youth Month, priority needs is youth. So I try to find a way, to just put everything in perspective and do what is necessary to finish strong.
Reporting for A Closer Look, I'm Marcos Umbrister.
Stay tuned. A Closer Look continues after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is dynamite! Ow!
Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I feel anxious. Sometimes I feel pressured. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Sometimes I feel lonely. Escape those feelings. Change your sometimes by doing something you love. We all have rough days, but it's okay not to feel okay. My next two guests are two women who I describe as the left and right heartbeat of the Division of Youth. They're also the driving force behind the upcoming Youth Awards ceremony slated to take place on October 26th. Please help me welcome the Acting Director of the Division of Youth, Ms. Santina Neely, and Youth Officer Shanda Roberts. Ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So let's talk all things Youth Awards. October has been designated as National Youth Month, and we're kicking off Youth Month with the theme Bold Youth. Tell us why that theme is important, and what can we expect from the Division of Youth over the course of Youth Month?
Yes, so our theme, Youth Building a Bold Future, we defined the word bold.
Yes.
That's being bright, optimistic, labelless, and diverse. Mm-hmm. We want our young people to have a very clear picture of what this bold future looks like. So you'll see that on display all month long.
Yes. So bold for us, like Neely would have said, is bright, optimistic, labelless, and diverse. We want our young people to know that the Division of Youth, in particular the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, is a home for all of them. It's a safe space, and we accept them for who they are. No label, nothing that has happened to them, nothing that they've been through defines, what their capabilities are. And we take this time to celebrate, honor, and highlight their recognition, their contributions.
I love the term label-less because, generally speaking, people like to put a label on things. It helps us sort of navigate, anticipate things, how they're supposed to go. Tell us why the idea of being label-less is so important.
As young people, we have had many transitions. We've done many things, some that we are proud of and not so proud of, and it shouldn't define who we are. For us at the Division of Youth, we ensure that they know that you are bold enough. Any open door that you have the courage to step in, you should step in, and you should be firmly planted and grounded in who you are. Nothing defines you. Just allow these things to be stepping stones to build a bold future.
I know that the Youth Awards are coming up. Give us an idea of what persons can expect. What has the planning been like? How can organizations who may be interested in supporting the Youth Awards, how can they get involved? And can we get a sneak peek or a sneak preview of some of the people who are nominated? Because I want to see the list. I want to know who some of these amazing young people are that are being recognized this month.
The Youth Awards is something that people look forward to every year. Yes. It is a storied event. The last event, we had just about 600 persons in attendance. Yes. And so we're looking forward to welcoming them again. They love to be highlighted and celebrated and honored. Performances, influencers, different Bahamian celebrities will be on display. They'll be in the house at BFM. Shanda can give you more information.
Yes, honorees, patrons. Every year for National Youth Month, what we do is we have a Lifetime Achievement Award for people that would have contributed significantly to youth advancement and development in our country. So we take this time to also honor our patrons. This year we have Yvonne and Louis McDonald, along with Anita Doherty, posthumously, and we're very excited. It's always an exciting time to highlight and honor the contributions, of young people. And this time, for the first time since the pandemic, we are actually in person. So we are, looking forward to an exciting time. The last two events or the last two awards were actually virtual, but they were amazing. So we're looking for the energy and the momentum, of course, on the red carpet, in person on Wednesday, October 26th at BFM. The red carpet begins at 6. Show's time is 7 p.m. sharp.
Okay. Now, I know the McDonald's, and I know Ms. Dockley. Y'all don't know Ms. Dockley used to be my vice principal. Shout out to the Warriors, Freeburg Anglican High School. Thank you very much. Ms. Dockley used to be my vice principal, and the McDonald's are also from Grand Bahama.
Yes.
I am very excited about that because y'all know I'm a Grand Bahama girl.
Oh, really?
So it is very exciting to see persons from Grand Bahama being recognized. Tell us why they were chosen.
So this is a part of the diversity that we talk about.
Yes.
And so we don't want to perpetuate a Nassau-centric feeling for National Youth Month. It is national. Yeah. And so Family Islands are celebrating. And so when the team sat around this year, we said, who are we going to honor? And we said, let's look to Grand Bahama. Yeah. And our officer in Grand Bahama, Carla Brown, because she was so excited, she gave us a list of names, a wonderful cadre of persons to choose from. And so when we were able to choose the McDonald's and Miss Doherty, that was just an amazing opportunity for us.
Let's talk about some of the other celebrations that are going on across the Family Islands. As you said, we don't want it to feel Nassau-centric. So what are some of the things that residents throughout the Family Islands in Grand Bahama and elsewhere can look forward to this Youth Month?
Grand Bahama has a full calendar from the east to the west to Freeport, the entire month. You can check our Facebook page to get a copy of their calendar. Andros is not to be left out. They are having Andros Got Talent and a family fun day coming up on the 10th on the holiday. Eleuthera, they have celebrations almost every single weekend, and they're having the All Eleuthera Awards on the 22nd. Nice. Long Island is having a family fun day on the 15th. Acklands is doing their thing. Inagua, Berry Islands, Abaco is joining, Cat Island, San Salvador. Any island that you're on, contact your Family Island administrator to see how you can participate or get involved.
For persons, young people who are active in their communities, who want to be involved in, Youth Month activities, what should they be doing, and how can, or what sort of activities does the Division of Youth have planned to really support those who are already on the ground working?
Yes, so if you're on the ground working and you even want to assist us, we have an opportunity this month for volunteers. And we've already had our first meeting with our volunteers. Some of our volunteers have showed showed up to some of the events, and they're ready, eager, and willing to assist. Very excited. So you can just come into the division or check us out on Facebook, Division of Youth 242, Instagram, Division of Youth 242, and now on TikTok. Celebrate Youth Bahamas.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about the actual planning of this upcoming event. The 26th is just around the corner, so I imagine there's so much work still left to be done, so many exciting things that are planned. How many honorees are we looking at for this year's award ceremony?
So for the most part, we normally have 150 nominees.
Wow.
In a cadre of categories. For the most part, it's about 15, including our Rising Star category. So these are people that are young persons that don't really meet the age criteria or the bracket, 16 to 29. So we have them as young as 10 to 15. Wow. So we want to recognize them and let them know that, you are on the right path. You are on the journey to becoming a National Youth Awardee.
So Shonda, I thought that means I fall outside of the I ain't a youth no more. Wait, we need to have
Child, not even me.
Ooh, we gotta have a conversation about this because I was lumping myself in with the youth.
Yes.
No. Okay. So
millennial.
remind us what is the age bracket for nominees?
16 to 29.
16 to 29.
And the Rising Stars would be 10 to 15.
Okay, so 10 to 15. You have persons as young as 10.
Yes.
That are nominated.
Yes, in sports and community volunteerism so far for this year.
How does that make you guys feel to see so many, talented, young, bright Bahamians really being put forward to be recognized like this?
Proud.
Very, very proud. And it gives you a clear picture of the future.
Yes.
We like to talk about future forward.
Yes.
This is an example of how forward the future is, because if young people are on it from a young age, 10 years old, getting in community volunteerism, the future is bright.
Yes, and it supports the quote from Nelson Mandela that says, the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow.
Facts.
So we really want to highlight them and let them know, keep going, forge ahead. And next time around, maybe 2 or 3 years, you will be a National Youth Awardee.
I think my final question is, with all of the things that are facing young people today, all of the challenges that they face, how can we, persons who don't fall within the youth category no more, how can we be supporting our young people?
There are so many opportunities. You have mentorship, you have coaching, you have peer coaching, you have peer mentorship. They are always looking for opportunities to garner from those who would have gone ahead of them.
Yes.
Even though we're no longer in that youth category,
I mean,
we still have the opportunity to pour into them.
Yes.
I want to thank you both for being here. Thank you so much. This has been a very insightful conversation. I'm very excited about the Youth Awards, me personally. So I plan to be in the building. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
There's more of a closer look when we return. Hey everyone, I'm Aravana.
And I'm Marcos.
And we're getting ready to host this year's National Youth Awards ceremony.
Join us on Wednesday, October 26th to watch the best and brightest receive top honors.
It's going to be a night of Bahamian elegance, entertainment, and excellence, with nominees being honored for education, sports, leadership, and so much more.
You absolutely do not want to miss this year's show.
That's right, because all roads lead to the Diplomat Center at Bahamas Faith Ministries, where things kick off at 6 p.m. with our star-studded red carpet, and the show gets started promptly at 7 p.m.
We'll see you on October 26th for this year's National Youth Awards ceremony as we highlight bold, optimistic, labelless, and diverse youth.
In the near future, humanity will enter a new era. The young people of today are going to become the governing class of tomorrow. They will lead us through unprecedented prospects of change and upheaval. In taking the reins, they will likely leave behind the world that we've built for them, but in doing so, they will have the chance to reshape the future of mankind. This exciting metamorphosis will bring with it many opportunities, but also many risks. You, my young friends, have been born for a time such as this. You find yourselves standing on the threshold of a new era, one which we will not soon forget. The world you are about to inherit is vastly different from the one your parents inherited, and even more different from the ones their parents inherited. But if you want to succeed in this world, you need to be ready for it. If you want to do something with your life, if you want to make a difference, if you want to leave this planet better than you found it, then you need to get ready now. For those of us who don't qualify as youth, we too have a role to play. By giving them the guidance and support, we can help young people take on some of the world's biggest problems. We can equip them to be good leaders, confident and capable. We can help them set out a vision, one that inspires others to leave their comfort zone. We can do so by taking responsibility now and leading by example. Till next time, Bahamas, I'm Arabina Pia. Good night, everyone.